So hey guys, hello to everyone. Hi there, welcome back to my YouTube channel. You know that guys, I love you and I love you permanently. So I'm back again with another video, and on this video I wanted to speak to you guys specifically. You know guys, I like to get straight to the point, so yeah. So on this video I wanted to speak to you guys about something very important. I wanted to speak to you on the importance of acquiring skills, because in nowadays we don't study or getting a qualification for the sake of getting qualification. As you have seen in South Africa, there's a high unemployment rate. Not that people don't have not that people don't have qualification, not that people did not go to study, but now it all roots down to the fact that what is it that you have actually studied. So guys, today I want to speak to you guys and actually say to you guys, the most important thing now is acquiring skills. That is the most important thing, and I wanted to tell you guys as to what are some of the things that you can look at going into so that you can acquire an income for yourself and your family. Because the truth is, not everyone is going to be hired in offices. Not everyone is going, like, there are no jobs. There are no jobs. So I feel like this video will actually enlighten maybe each and every one of our minds to say, you know what, maybe let me venture after doing this and this, rather than thinking that everyone is going to end up in a white collar job. So this video would be beneficial maybe to someone who is in matric, someone who hasn't gone to tertiary, someone who has not studied, you know, or someone who has studied but their field of study is not working out for them. So guys, I've written a few things down that I want us to look at. I'll just briefly, I'll tell you like what are the things that you can look at, and for hopefully will be beneficial to you guys. So so the first thing I would like to go to is one of the things that you can study is engineering. Now, engineering, you know, there are different phases to it, because there's motor engineering, there's automotive, electrical engineering. So in other words, that person focuses on the installation, the inspection, the maintenance of any electrical parts in that vehicle. So everything that has to do with engineering. For an example, my brother studied mechanical engineering and he did it at a TVET college. He also did it at SIED TVET College at their Oslo campus, which is in Potchefstroom. Listen guys, my brother has not gone without a job for max 3 months. I swear, my brother has not gone without a job. He did his apprenticeship at Toyota. After that, they hired him. And then after that, there's something that happened with the company. And then after that, literally, it was not even more than 3 months, because the skill that they acquire, like more people are buying cars. Some people don't pay for the insurance. And when something breaks from their car, they look for an engineer to actually look at their car, and then maybe that can be like their side hustle to actually get money on the side. So with this kind of job, you can be hired in a company, but you can also do it on the side, like my brother does it. So engineering is one of the skills or one of the courses that you can look into if you're good with maths, if you're good with physics, because that is what it requires. Yeah. So another thing that I wanted to also go into is you can do medicine. The truth is, medicine is a good field to go to. You are good obviously with your maths, your physics, your life sciences and all of that good stuff, but what I would advise is that you become a specialist. Don't just be a doctor for the sake of being a doctor, but become a specialist. You know, specialize in something. You know, you need to make yourself to be wanted out there. You must be a specialist. Look at the things, for example, if you want to study medicine, look at the things that you like to do, that you'd want to specialize on. There are people who specialize on being a brain doctor. There's people, for example, if you're a dentist, you specialize in that. You know, can be an eye, you know, like an eye doctor. You need to find your, you know, the thing that you have a passion for when it comes to medicine and specialize on it. And when you specialize on that, you set yourself out to be different, you know, not just to be a doctor for the sake of being a doctor, but you're actually a necessity in society. And people can just, you know, pay you more money. And you can never be like, you're no longer in style and all of that. But your field that you have studied is a need. So another thing that I also want to tell you guys, another skill, sorry, that I want to tell you guys is you can look into accounting, like your accounting science, because I've known people who have done like their accounting studies. You know, you must have done accounting, you must have done your maths, yeah, and then you can now, for example, obviously you're going to gather up experiences here and there, and then you can open up your own accounting firm. Because the most important thing is to ensure that you are standing on yourself. You're not depending on a company, you're not depending on a job, but you can be able to be like a sole proprietor. So when looking at the accounting field, you need to just say, you know what, one day I want to open up my own accounting practice so that I can approach businesses, so that I can do their books for them. Because many people have businesses, but they cannot handle, for example, they don't know what to do with SARS, they don't know what to do with their bookkeeping side of things. So you can be that person who does that. Another skill that I want to tell you about, guys, is you can look at, for example, TVET College mostly offers now the kind of skills that I'm going to be telling you guys right now. You can look at welding. So what is welding? Welding is like a process of joining like two metals. You see those people who cover their faces, and then they have this machine and they're like fireworks and all of that. So that is welding. You can actually look into that. And many people, for example, for example, in my house, we have like we have a gate, and the gate, someone actually made it. You don't just, it doesn't just appear. Somebody actually made it and took a metal and attached it to another metal. So, and that is a skill that no one can take away from you. Even if you are not employed by a company from 8 to 5 or from 7 to 6, but you can also do this skill on the side. You don't have to wait for being employed. People can approach you on the side, and this is a skill that nobody can take. It's with you. You can do it at any time. So welding is one of them. Another one is carpentry. What is carpentry? These are people who are good with, for example, people who do construction, and if you are a carpenter, you're the people who cut their planks, and if you are a carpenter, you can, for example, these are people who can make, for example, a table. These are people who can make the wardrobe, a cupboard. These are people who can cut and shape things, who can do furniture. These are carpenters, and you can look into that, because this is a skill. You can be hired by a company to come and do their desk. You can be hired by people to actually come and do things for them in their homes. People can hire you to say, oh, please make a study desk for my child, and you can actually do it. These are the things that we can look at. This is a skill that you have acquired that nobody can take away from you. You don't have to wait for a company to hire you and all of that, but people will actually approach you once they know the type of work that you do. And then another thing is plumbing. You can also look into that. There's nothing wrong with being a plumber, and those people get paid like good money. So, and another thing also is agriculture. I did mention this, I think, in my other video. Agriculture is one of the good type of courses in which you can do. Why? Because some people, they actually love to do their farming and all of that. And we know that with this type of skill, agricultural skills, listen, everybody eats food. Everybody wants food. Food will never be like this one thing that where people don't want. Everybody wants to eat. So if you acquire these skills and actually get a plot of land and actually start farming and actually, applying what you have learned, and you can now end up, retailing to other wholesalers and all of that. So it's a very, very good skill to acquire, because food is a need. Food is a necessity. And also another skill that you can look into, guys, is hospitality studies. Hospitality is very important. There are many people, for example, who have hotels. There are many people, for example, who run business and want somebody to cater for them, to do their cooking and all of that. I have a friend, he did hospitality while we were in college, and now he works for one of like the largest hotels in Durban. He's working there. And most of the time those spaces are hiring and all of that. And you can also do that for yourself. For example, you can learn cooking, you can learn how to do mixed drinks, you can learn how to bake, and then obviously we have to advertise yourself. And how do you advertise yourself? How do people start to know that you can actually bake, and how you can actually bake? So what happens is you can approach anyone in your church. If there's something happening in your household, you can bake a cake, you can make scones, you can make whatever it is, and then when people taste what you have made, they're gonna ask, oh, who did this? And then you will be known that way. So that's the best way to advertise yourself, not only on WhatsApp, but you can offer and say, there is maybe like something that is happening in church. maybe like an afternoon service or whatever, and then you're just gonna say, oh, I'm just gonna do a little thing, and then they're gonna taste this, and then obviously that is how people will get to know like your products and what do you actually do. And then yeah, and then what else did I want to, you can also, I didn't mention engineering. So those are the types of skills that I would want to say, guys, we must look at, not only just to sit down and say, oh, I'm waiting to get a job, because it's very, very difficult to get a job, guys. It's very, very difficult to get a job. I'm not gonna lie to you. I look at my sisters, like my little sisters, my uncles, like children, and they're yeah, she's in matric, and my brother as well, and they are thinking that, oh, it's gonna be so easy to jump into the job markets and all of that. It's not easy, but you need to acquire a skill that people can identify, and then specialize on that skill, and then you will be a need, you will be a necessity unto people. People will want to pay money, because people do not pay for your for just the fact that you study, but people pay based on what you can provide and what you can put out there. So these are some of the skills, because entrepreneurship is one of the major things that we have to look into, because nobody wants to be employed for the rest of your life. Nobody wants to take orders for the rest of their lives. So this is the route that I would advise each and every one of us to take. And people who are especially like looking, say, you know what, I did maybe a qualification and this, it's been 5 years, it's not working out. Maybe it's time to look at other things and branch into other things. Yeah. So yeah, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video and that it will bring like more clarity to you guys, to say, when you look at studying and you look at that, that genre, that you don't have to just look at things that other people are looking at, but you can be set apart, you can be different. It's okay to be different. Yeah, so I hope that you guys enjoyed this type of video, and I hope that it brought some enlightenment to you. So please do like, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. And you know that, guys, that I love you, and I will love you permanently. So I will be seeing you on my next video. Bye for now. Good night.